For the remainder of the Alex Jones show until Owen Schroyer, actually Harrison Smith is taking over at 3 p.m. Central. And just in a few minutes, we're going to be joined by Cheryl and Tim Schoner, who won the Ford Lariat. Absolutely incredible family, incredible inspiration to see all of the supporters. It's one of my favorite things is when the winners of the giveaways come. We don't talk about the giveaways very often on this network because, frankly, it's hard to go from talking about, I don't know, World War III about ready to blow up right in front of our faces, conflicts with Iran, Epstein files, the existential threat that we're in as a species because of people like Bill Gates blocking out the sun, the Fauci's getting away with murdering tens of thousands, if not millions of people, the major pharmaceutical companies. You go from all this coverage of mRNA vaccines and just total bioengineering and then the technocratic takeover and the artificial intelligence wars that we're in with the CCP and the fact that everything seems to be at a critical point in history. And then you go, hey, by the way, if you go to the store, 10x entries on the new truck. It's hard to pitch it. And so we don't talk about the trucks very often, but it's something that we do because we want to give back to our listeners. We want to give back to our fans, for lack of a better term. And really, you guys are so much more than fans. InfoWars is one big family, and you're not just fanning the flames of some hosts or broadcasters that you happen to agree with. It's an information war. And you've seen in the news lately that we've been under relentless attack with these new developments between the state courts and the federal courts. And it always seems like today or tomorrow is going to be the last day that InfoWars is on air. But thanks to you, you have kept us on the air for all these years.
Tweet, 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 tweet. I was like, but it was just like, tweet, tweet, tweet. I mean, it was clear.
Tweet!
Yeah, it was clear, you know, when I heard it. And then the biggest thing has been, I will say, back in November, I had surgery for carpal tunnel on my one hand, and then again on the other hand in April. So when I had it done, I was waiting and waiting, doing the exercises, and I could only hold my hands like this. And now I can hold them like this.
Because of the methylene blue? Or since the methylene blue at least?
Since the methylene blue, I am convinced, because I have been doing things for months that have not developed into something that has worked, you know, an exercise that doesn't get it.
Wow. We'll have to send you home with one of the Alex Jones stress balls that you were playing with when we were in the other studio.
Oh, yeah.
That might help out as well.
I can go like this.
Wow. Well, you know, my wife has a similar thing. She has lower back pain because she's a ballet instructor, and it's been chronic forever. It's not severe. It's just, you know, an achy thing that's been distracting. And she'll take the methylene blue whenever it's flaring up, and it always goes away. We don't sell it as a pain reliever. I don't even know if we can. But for testimonial after testimonial, anecdote after anecdote, there's people that are saying that it's really helped them with aches and pains and things like that.
Yeah, like I said, the whole thing with the neuropathy and arthritis, because I got two different types of arthritis. And not that really makes a difference to people, but it's the areas that the arthritis affects. So when I took that, and you know, I was more limber. I could get up easier. I could walk easier. And I'm sorry, but nobody's going to take that away from me. If I have to order a case of methylene blue to take home, I am going to be on that stuff because it works.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it just works.
Tim, how did you first hear about Alex Jones?
Mostly through my mom. I mean, I've been following Alex Jones in the news for a long time. Probably just listened to him more so in the last year.
Since you won the truck.
Yeah, well, definitely since we got the truck.
Every day.
Yeah, but we listen to him every day.
Yeah,
Dave
me too.
And I.
But you know, like we were talking before, it's nice to have somebody that's willing to say the things that, you know, you're thinking.
Yes.
And actually say them out loud instead of, you know, behind closed doors. But yeah, definitely, it's nice, especially, you know, now with the products that he's selling. To piggyback on what my mom was saying about the methylene blue, you know, you'll get lots of people that'll say, you know, this about the product, that about the product, and you don't really believe the people because you don't know if they're real people or if they're just actors.
Right.
And you know, as much as you don't want to believe it, you know, as soon as I started taking that, you can notice the difference instantly. The energy. I was looking for something that would replace taking energy drinks every day. You take too many energy drinks, you're you feel wired. But when you take the methylene blue, it's more or less, you know, helping your body to, you know, help itself.
Yeah. I like to stack it. I like to pound a Red Bull and take the methylene.
Yeah, why
Then
not?
you're really fired up.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
if you got one back here, we'll do it right now.
You won.
It wouldn't work for me. I'd be like, it's spinning. But one of the things that drew me to Alex too is his patriotism.
Sure.
And I love history, especially my own. And a lot of people don't these days. You know, some of the older people, oh yeah. But my 5 times great-grandfather fought in the American Revolutionary War.
Wow.
And that's what fuels me.
Wow.
So when I hear Alex really giving it to him and really standing up for what America means and what people believe, and then there's a great product besides, how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying, and I told Alex this to his face, I don't agree with you all the time.
Sure.
And just like I don't agree with Trump.
Well, it's not a cult.
No, it's not. Thank you. Just like with Trump, it's not a cult. You know, people say, oh, MAGA. No. You know, you're either in it to win it, you know, follow the mandate, steady the plan, and go for it. Because that's the only way that we're going to keep this country. Otherwise, the liberals get back in.
You know,
It's going to be a sorry state.
it's crazy. I was doing some research just a couple of weeks ago, and I was trying to figure out how much money was spent on the Revolutionary War in today's dollars.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, because we give all this aid
Yeah.
to other countries, whether it's Taiwan or Israel or Ukraine or whatever. And I looked it up, and it's estimated that in today's dollars, we spent between like $3 and $5 billion on the entire Revolutionary War.
Really?
And that's
And
not much.
No,
That's not
I'm
much
like,
at
we're
all.
giving how many hundreds of billions
much
of
did we give
dollars to
during
Ukraine?
COVID?
Like, since the war broke out, we only spent $4 billion on our own revolution to beat the largest empire in the world.
And Ukraine, I don't know where the money went. They have no idea. I mean, I'm sorry. And it's just like, I'm sorry, get me started.
Yeah, no, I love it. That's radio. Keep going.
Yeah, the you said thing, you know, and
Yeah.
NGOs and whatever. And then when it comes back, and some of these senators' wives are running these NGOs and they're getting the money.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, there's a big meeting happening right now between Putin and Trump. It's literally happening
Oh,
right now in
It's-
Alaska.
I know, right when we're on
What would you be
Jones.
saying if you were sitting in that room with them?
End the war.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's everybody's idea is to end the war and stand up for America. You know, we've been paying the bill for so long, and now, you know, you got people, oh, they're screaming this and they're screaming that, and they don't want to pay. Well, damn it.
You're all right.
I'm sorry. They should pay. Oh,
You're
I'm
good
not,
too.
I'm knocking over your table.
It's all right. Too much methylene blue.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm cool there.
Overdose
I
on
just, I'm passionate about my patriotism, what I believe in.
Me too.
And I have been for a long time, Tim will tell you. It's not just something, oh, Alex Jones is fighting for America. I think I'll do that too. No, I've been like this all my life.
Yeah, I think many of us have. It's
Yeah.
something, I think you're almost born with it. It's like it's so
You're
inherent.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And it's just like certain things, you show a liberal, for instance. This T-shirt I've got on. Okay.
Still waiting for the woke to wake.
Yes. Now, I have walked up on liberals and they'll look at it and they'll read it and they'll say, what does that mean? And I'm like, you don't get it.
You haven't woken up yet.
Yeah. You haven't woken up. I'm not going to tell you if you don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I hope that this war comes to a speedy conclusion. I hope that Putin's not just trying to stall. Tim, what do you think is going to happen with this meeting today, if you had to guess?
I hope everything good. I mean, and if he actually does what we all want him to do and stops this war, if he doesn't win the Nobel Peace Prize after that, I don't know what would get him that accolade. I definitely think that he has the power and will to bring this to an end. And I think if anybody could, it's him.
Yeah, I think so too. If anybody could do it, it's him. That's one of the things that's so scary to me about where we're at as a nation, because we have the dream team in office against all odds, against all the lawsuits, and they tried to imprison him, and they tried to kill him, and they tried to censor him. And Trump, of course, I'm talking about.
Right.
And now we've got all the power politically. We've got the House, we've got the Senate, we've got the White House. If we can't solve our problems by 2028, I can't think of any other way that we're ever going to. What do you think?
Oh, no, absolutely not. Because even though you have people in the background that may be coming forward, for 28, we don't know who that is and whether or not they can do their job. So, in fact, Tim mentioning about the Nobel Peace Prize, funniest thing, I don't know if you saw this, but on X, Hillary Clinton got on and said that if Trump can end this war between Ukraine and Russia, that she will nominate him for the Nobel Peace Prize.
What is it with all the world's supervillains trying to nominate him for the Nobel?
Yes. Yeah, I don't believe that for a minute.
Wow. I think we should just give it to Hillary.
Do you want me to smack her on the air? I mean, please.
You didn't vote for her?
That woman is an abomination.
What do you think about the Clinton hit list?
I believe.
Better not stay too much. You don't want to get on that list.
Yeah, you don't want to get on that list.
Better check that car real closely before you drive back.
Does Vince Foster ring a bell? I mean, come on. Those people are evil, have always been evil, have stolen from the American people. And Bill Clinton is an abomination. The White House with Monica Lewinsky, I'm sorry, there's certain things you don't do in the White House. And that's one of them.
Yeah. With you. I think that they turned the, I heard a rumor, I can't remember who I was talking to. I was talking with somebody who had been personally given a tour of the White House. And I believe the Lewinsky room is now a gift shop.
Room.
I think Trump calls it the Lewinsky room, and it's literally the gift shop. Yeah, I can't remember who told me that for the life of me, but somebody had gone on a tour of the White House.
And now she's doing something with
anti-bullying.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to make a movie.
They're going to make a movie?
What about the blue dress? I mean, Devil in the Blue Dress. There you go.
It's going to be called Monica Does Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm a little crass sometimes, but it's good radio.
Monica Does the Oval Room. I mean, she could have been in there with Joe for all we know.
Yeah. Oh, man, if the poor guy could get it up.
Oh,
I think she's probably a little too old for him. He's more into like the 12-year-olds, especially if they're related to him.
Yeah, especially whispering and touching their hair. And
I posted a video compilation of disturbing moments of Joe Biden being photographed or videoed with children around. I posted this video on TikTok, and it was taken down because it violated their terms on child abuse.
Oh, please.
So I'm like, if I'm showing you C-SPAN footage of Joe Biden next to kids, and you find it to be child abuse, that says something. Because he was all doing all this inappropriate stuff.
They can put it on their station.
Right.
But not in anything else.
Yeah. So what do you think, if you could give one piece of advice, Cheryl, to Trump for the next 3 years that he's in office, what would you say that like he really needs to do?
It's like I said before, people voted him in. It was a mandate. And I think since it was, and he has plans for various things. We've seen the tariffs. We've seen things coming back to this country. Money's being donated. So more manufacturing could be going on in this country. I say, follow the mandate, study the plan.
Yeah.
The man's got it. I mean, I'm not saying like that I believe everything 100%. I'm not a MAGA cultist. I worked on his campaign, and I was proud to do so. I made 1,600 bracelets like this.
Wow.
Okay, and gave them away because I wanted to. Nobody asked me. They didn't give me money. I used my own money, and I don't know. It didn't make a difference, but you wouldn't believe there's people that I flipped by talking to them and giving them a bracelet.
Really?
I know that sounds goofy.
No, it sounds totally authentic to me.
And some of the younger ones that were, they weren't sure talking to an old lady, I said, just think of me as your Nana. 'Cause that's what I am to his kids, the Nana.
So what do you think? What would you like to see from the Trump administration before it's all over in 28?
I don't think we have to worry about anything in 2028. I don't think. I think more and more people are shifted. Even the extreme, leftists. A lot of them are coming closer to the middle.
Yeah.
And agreeing with more things that we all need to agree on, and focus on more as a nation.
So you think the country's actually waking up?
I think it's waking up. I think it's slowly waking up, and I think that we're on the right trajectory right now.
It feels good to me. I mean, there are some things that I'm disappointed in, but I don't want to be nitpicky. I would have liked to have seen more transparency in the Epstein stuff. There are little issues I can think of, but he stopped the bleeding at the border, and he pardoned all the January 6th political prisoners.
Oh, yeah.
And that's huge.
Yeah.
And he's going to go after the January 6th committee.
I hope so.
He has to.
I hope all these. Do you think these people getting investigated, the Comers and Brennans and others, are actually going to face indictments?
And Adam's Shifty Schiff.
Yeah, shifty shit.
Yes. I mean, everybody sits back and says, oh, this isn't going to happen. The liberals are still in charge, the deep state. And to a certain point, I think they are. And I think they are because of the judges that have been interfering with everything that Trump's trying to do. And, and you go back, they're all Obama appointed judges.
Right, so Soros backed.
Yeah, and Soros backed, and they're not going to do anything that remotely helps Trump.
Right.
They want to stop him.
I think that's one thing the Democrats figured out before the Republicans caught on was if you can't win the legislative branch and you can't win the executive branch, then you just buy the judicial branch.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what they did on the local level when nobody was paying attention. They bought the sheriffs, they bought the DAs big time, they bought the judges big time, and then now we're facing these ramifications of that. Oh, Alex is called in on the phone line. Let's go straight to Alex. Alex, you are live on the air, sir. What do you have to say?
Well, I just want to say that I had to leave because of court stuff and family stuff, and I really wanted to be there, but you're doing a great job, and I just had to sign some documents that had to be done by like 3 o'clock. So that's done. I'm going to be coming back to the studio, but look, I love Bigley. I love our sponsor. I'm just so serious that, like, I know they do sweepstakes with Steven Crowder and the Hodgwoods and everybody. This is like the 6th or 7th winner, and I love meeting the listeners. It's just when I'm talking about, all this hardcore stuff, it's hard to by the way, win this free super truck. But I got to say, I actually like it because I get to meet randomly the listeners. So I think we should still have every 3 months a big truck you win. But I think we should have where you just win $10,000 in a trip to the studio. I think every 2 weeks, or some kind of studio audience winner thing or something. Because I'm serious. I'm not patronizing listeners. I mean it. They are so interesting.
Yeah, they're great.
Their sound are so. But what's also crazy is they always think they haven't actually won. So I just wanted to say it's great watching you guys because I'm just driving in traffic just now watching it. And got a lot of stuff going on. But it was great meeting you, and I really appreciate the crew. I appreciate Harrison Smith can host the War Room with this big peace summit going on. But we're just covering so much groundbreaking stuff. And really, it is the people, like the folks that are there today, that make this all go around. And it's so great to, show people, we're not BSing about everything we do. And I don't want to turn the show into infomercial because we're having to raise money just to even stay on air. But we're selling great stuff. So the other day, it's really good. So thanks to everybody, and thanks for everybody putting up with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the War Room, Infowars.com/show. I'm your host, Harrison Smith, sitting in today for Owen Schroyer. And what a day it is. Very, very big day. Very big things happening right now. As we speak, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin are meeting in Alaska in what we hope will be the first major move towards peace in Ukraine since the war began. Something we have worked for and begged for and hoped for so long is finally happening. Donald Trump himself gives it about a 75% chance of ending well. Of course, this is infuriating NATO and Zelensky, who intended for this conflict to go on possibly indefinitely, certainly for the next couple of decades. So we're going to bring you all that footage. We've got the tarmac meeting of the two leaders. And then the press conference following, we're going to bring you all of that footage and go to just about as much of it as we can. There's a bunch of other stuff I'd like to talk about. Maybe I'll cram as much of it in here in this first 5-minute segment as I can. Obviously, we're still here, thank goodness, but who knows how long that will last. I wish I had more updates to give you there, but it's an interesting place to be, not knowing whether or not your key card will work to get back into the building. Now, I just drove in. I didn't even go home first from Dallas, where I was did a, I guess you could call it a debate with Alex Stein and Misfit Patriot about Israel and Palestine. It was a very fun conversation, I guess you could say. And maybe we'll get into that later. I was planning to say all this stuff about it, but here I am sitting behind the desk, and it's like, we've got a major summit happening right now. Maybe I should just talk about that. Maybe that's actually more important than whatever funny quips I have to say about Alex Stein. I just noticed at the very end there, before the crew brought it down, it was at a infowars flag hanging. So these are patriots lining the streets, welcoming Trump and, of course, Vladimir Putin in Anchorage, Alaska. And they're hanging proudly on the sign behind this young lady is the InfoWars rattlesnake flag. We love seeing patriots out there. And I also really enjoyed watching the last hour of the Alex Jones show with the winner of the car who had made a purchase at the alexjonesstore.com and won one of the awesome vehicles. And it's just, if I ever, I'll tell you one story from Alex Stein. Because right when I got there, I'm talking to Alex and we're chit-chatting. He's like, so, somebody else hosting your show tomorrow? And I said, well, yeah, but I'm going to have to go back because Owen requested off a long time ago. So I said I'd host his show, so I'll be driving back there, tomorrow morning and try to get back in time. And Alex Stein goes, man, there's one thing about InfoWars. They work you like dogs, don't they? InfoWars works you like a dog, doesn't it? Not just me. Everybody at InfoWars works like a dog. I don't even think we realize it. You don't realize it until you talk to somebody who doesn't work at InfoWars, and you're like, really, that's what you do, huh? You do that for an hour every couple of days? That sounds nice. We work our fingers to the bone on a daily basis trying to get this information out. And I'm not even complaining. Where else would you rather be? What else would you rather be doing? And it takes a lot to work at InfoWars. It takes a lot of commitment and genuine belief in the cause and the energy to, bring about a better world as we see it. And so, I'm not complaining at all, but sometimes when the weight becomes too much to bear, you're like, what, is this really even worth it at this point? And then you see like an interview with the lady that won the car, and it's like, oh yeah, right, real Americans, right, real patriotic, good people out there, just desperate for somebody to speak for them or to at least try to advocate for them and not just hate, despise, and lie to them. And so I really enjoyed watching that last hour, even as just a reminder of like, these are our people. This is our audience, and this is who we're doing it for. So when we get back on the other side, I'll show you the videos of Trump and Putin meeting, and then we'll go to their live press conference and see what is being said. Again, we pray to God that this ends in some sort of ceasefire, but as we know, NATO and Ukraine had tried to Trump-proof their war, and I guess that's the test that is being made right now. We'll be right back. And gentlemen, welcome back to the War Room. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin have met. They are meeting. We await the press conference start here. This is the footage from just minutes ago of Donald Trump making his way down the stairwell. And can we all just appreciate that we now have a U.S. president that we don't have to hold our breath every time he goes up or down an inclined plane or set of stairs? Isn't that something to behold? And not only do we have a president capable of, locomotion, not making an absolute fool out of himself continually, but one that's actually genuinely concerned in peace in the world and trying to bring about a peaceful resolution to this ongoing conflict in Ukraine. There's the long-awaited handshake. Finally, confirmation of what Rachel Maddow has been telling us the whole time. We have it now on footage, the cooperation, the collaboration. Look, Trump and Putin together, just like Rachel Maddow said they would be. She must be crying somewhere right now. And it you know, as facetious as I'm being about Trump being a, you know, Russian puppet, reminder that what's happening right now, trying to prevent what's happening right now is the entire reason the Russia collusion hoax was launched 10 years ago. They planned to go to war with Russia a long time before that, and they knew that Trump could be a barrier to that plan, as he wasn't a part of the club who is read in or indoctrinated into the globalist plan of endless war, eventually leading to a one-world government of total technocratic control. So they launched the Russia Gate investigation, not only to obviously try to stop him from becoming president and give them, you know, an excuse to jam him up when he was president and impeach him, et cetera, but obviously to drive him away from Vladimir Putin so that anything he wanted to do in terms of peace with Russia would be seen as suspicious by all of the liars that claimed that he was working for Putin the whole time. So what we're seeing here is already, without any outcome, I mean, they could just, if this was it, right? They take a little ride in the limo, they could just do a big circle and get right back on the plane. Already, what we're witnessing is absolute victory over the deep state and absolutely devastation to their despicable plan. So there, Trump and Putin get in the back of the beast and drive away together, which is very interesting. Now, then apparently they did a photo shoot. I was under the impression it was a press conference because they were shouting questions, but apparently that was just something that the journalists were doing. They were sitting together, having their photos taken, and people were shouting questions at them. They are going to start an actual press conference here momentarily, and whenever that begins, we will go to it live, and I'll interrupt as little as possible. Since we are witnessing history in real time, and you don't need me jabbering over it, so we'll go to that as soon as it begins. But the other thing that the crew was saying, because I wasn't able to watch the photo shoot part, apparently the journalists were yelling, "Why are you killing innocent people, Putin? Why are you killing innocent people?" So, like, this is what we're dealing with here. We've got the head of state of Russia, the head of state of the United States, the populist champion, Donald Trump, trying to get peace. And then arrayed against them are all of these scumbags. Here's the article. Today, reporters have already managed to shout questions at Putin, such as, quote, "When will you stop killing civilians?" And, quote, "Why should Trump trust your words?" I mean, what is there even to say? Journalists, guys, journalists, what are we going to do with them? And is, Arctic work camps too kind? I don't know. Can you imagine? You're sitting there watching a peace summit, potentially stopping a conflict that has killed, according to Trump, maybe upwards of 1 million people, 500,000 people, whatever the number is, just something staggering and horrifying. And you're there trying to interrupt the peace process. You're there trying to do whatever you can, behave as obnoxiously as you can to throw a wrench in the works of the peace process. This journalist, whoever it was, should be given to Putin. We should give whoever it was to Putin as a present. Say, we hear Siberia could use another set of hands in the work camps, and we think this gay journalist will contribute well to that. I'm sorry, I don't know if he's gay. I don't know if it's a woman. I don't know who it is. All I know is that they don't belong wherever they are at this moment. So, again, we're just such an unserious country in so many ways. The journalists trying to sabotage the peace summit minutes before it even begins. Minutes after they meet, there's already American journalists trying to sow discord and distrust between the two world leaders. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We got these two heads of state trying to get peace, trying to come to some sort of agreement, and arrayed against them are all of the journalists and all of the politicos and all of the military-industrial complex and all of the leaders of NATO and Ukraine and all of these other absolute scumbag warmongers. And we just pray that they can overcome them and actually get the peace that we all voted for and have been promised for so long. Now, when it comes to journalists, they're just, spouting things off. Is that video of audio? I don't know, y'all. We can go to that audio if we want to hear what that young lady's saying. But we do like seeing the InfoWars flag there. representing America in Anchorage, Alaska. Let's see what she has to say if this is a good clip.
Connect this to the top of your jacket.
So we'll go to this press conference as soon as it comes up, and the video that you saw earlier. Should we go to this? You want to bring the audio up?
I always think it's a great opportunity when colleagues and myself and other patriots all across the state of Alaska get to come together.